Hey, how's it going? It has been some time since we've seen each other on camera, so I thought I have a little bit of time now. That work has died down for me a little bit. Let's get back to doing some videos. Start out with a split or two. It is really hot outside now, and those of you who followed my channel for a while know that summertime's not my favorite for fragrance. Not a big fan, but there are a couple that I do like to wear, and I can get them at a pretty good price, so let's go ahead and split them. You've seen these before, they're nothing new, both from the same house, two creeds, Virgin Island Water, and, well, you can't see it, but at the bottom there, Royal Oud. This one has obviously been a summer fragrance that a lot of people have worn for a long time. Coconut, lime, just a great scent for this time of year. Royal Oud, on the other hand, you wouldn't think of it as a summer scent, but because it's really not heavy on the oud, because it's more of a cedar, sandalwood, pink pepper kind of scent, and it's a little bit lighter, it works well in the hot weather. So for a summer night, summer afternoon, maybe when it's not 100 degrees outside, this one works really well. And these two I can get very inexpensive for their quality. 50 milliliters of Virgin Island Water will run you $58, and 50 milliliters of Royal Oud will run you $55. So I can do different sizes. If you'd like, on the larger side, I can't go below 50. And if you'd like both of them, we can make that work too. That would be 10. This is what happens when you start filming without doing math first. It is 106 for 50 milliliters of both. Some people have asked me in the past, just a little aside, why I only offer 50 milliliter and larger sizes for some of these creed splits. That's because I buy these enormous bottles. This is a 500 milliliter flacon. And because I buy in such large quantity, I can get it at a very low price per milliliter. It's a basic concept of more or less wholesaling. The problem is, if I buy 500 milliliters of this, and I start selling them in 5 and 10 milliliter quantities, that's a lot of work, and it's also not as cost effective for you, because if you buy 10 milliliters of something, there's a fixed cost for the atomizer and for shipping that I can't lower. So your cost per milliliter goes up if you buy a small quantity, whereas if you buy the 50 milliliter or larger size, it obviously goes down much farther. So I try and only do that with scents that have been around for a while, that are very well reviewed, that there's a lot of information on, and that really make a difference in cost. So buying 50 milliliters of a Creed juice at retail, that's going to run you hundreds of dollars. So getting it for this price is really good. So let me know if you are interested in those. I am taking reservations for them right now. The bottles are not available, unfortunately. They've already been claimed. I have emailed a couple of people about this who'd expressed interest in the juice in the past, and they reserved both of the bottles. But there is juice available until the video update below says otherwise. As far as where the channel is going to go from here, I do have a little bit of time on my hands, and I want to try and get into some juice that hasn't gotten as much press, both in YouTube and Facebook and elsewhere, that might be a little bit more difficult for some people to find in a store or online, and get a little bit more information on them. There's some that I've been looking into recently. There's some here that I got from the Yves Saint Laurent private line. This one's called Tuxedo. I have a bunch of samples from some of the other ones there. This is a sample of Givenchy's private line. This is a rose one, but there's a few others that I have that I want to go through. Here's a random Mancera wild cherry, not really very well reviewed. Some of the other Manceras are, but there's a bunch that have very little information out there. This is a house that I discovered earlier this year. It's called, I don't know if you can see that, it's called Source Adage. They're out of New York. This juice is called Acaula. Really interesting stuff. I'll put together a video just going through the juice. Not really much of a review kind of thing. I've never really thought of myself as a quote-unquote reviewer, but just giving my thoughts on them, some information about what I think they're good for, what they may not be good for, and try and help you out if you are interested in making a purchase in some of them. So that is that. Let me know if you're interested in those splits. Thank you so much for those of you who actually still watch videos of mine. I know my production has slowed down significantly from where it was a few years back, but I appreciate you sticking with me. And I'm not gone for good, definitely not. I'm still around, just maybe not quite as active as I once was, but still here to answer your questions. Feel free to email me, I'll put that below. Feel free to connect with me on Facebook. I will put a link in the description to my Facebook profile, where I also put out a lot more splits than I do here. And that's that. So great to see you all again. Hope everyone's having a great summer so far. We'll talk to you soon.